Hello and welcome to the Studio77 report for May 2024. We are here giving you the latest updates from the mayamada universe, and I am the mayamada co-founder, Nigel.
I am Tazziii, content creator and mayamada creative director.
And for those that don't know yet, mayamada is a storytelling brand based here in the UK. We create manga-style comics, run online and in-person events, as well as delivering creative workshops with a bunch of energetic young people. We also run the video game diversity campaign, Do I Look Like a Gamer? And sometimes we actually play games. So we have a digital platform and membership called Studio77, where we host a variety of shows, talking to creative professionals across comics, cosplay, video games and animation. And each month we get together with our members to play a different game, and you can become a member to support the work that we do, be part of the monthly activities and get exclusive access to artwork, live stream content after they disappear from Twitch VOD. So we were just talking about the ongoing rumors with the still not confirmed Nintendo console, as well as the definitely confirmed breakup of large conglomerates in the video games industry. So if you would want to hear that conversation, you can become a Studio77 member. You can also join us live as we record each report video on Twitch, so you can check that out as well. Each month, we like to highlight advice from a creative professional that has come from one of our Studio77 shows, and the advice this month comes from Jasmine Moore, a narrative designer in the video games industry. So we spoke to Jasmine for episode 175, just talking about her journey into games, and as often happens, we get some useful advice that really resonates with us. So this is about writing things down. Jasmine talks about some advice she got from her mum when at the time she didn't quite understand, but as you get into the industry, you understand the need to write things down. And I feel of all the episodes we've done, this is classic preaching to the choir, because we wanted to hear this, and there's people who need to hear this. So Jasmine talks about there's always a million details running around. There were so many projects and there were so many different threads and clients and asks, and balancing how to treat creatives versus how to treat clients and meetings and presentations, and of writing things down. This makes me feel like my brain's not going to explode. And yeah, this is just like the perfect thing to say, things that people need to hear, particularly young people, not naming any names specifically, but Taz and I both have them in our heads, who claim they don't need to write things down. And then we have to do the additional step of explaining why you do actually need to write things down, because your brain will explode otherwise, or you just forget, either one.
Yeah, I mean, this is great advice. This is advice that I have to continually give myself as well as
True.
young people. Because I've been there. Like, my brain constantly feels like it's going to explode, and sometimes I feel like I don't need to write everything down, because I can spend days, literally days, writing things down because there's so much going on in my head. But it is very helpful. Even just writing a list out of like things that you need to do is helpful when you have a lot going on and you have a lot to coordinate. The more you write down, the less you have to think about, the more room in your head you have to focus on the thing that's right in front of you. It's also great for keeping track of details. It will make your life easier.
How many times do you need to say it?
I was adding a contact to, so we use Notion a lot at mayamada, and I was adding a contact to our ultimate contacts, and I was like, what do I need to put? Like, what's the most important thing that I need to put in this contact detail? And we have a handy dandy little guide that Nigel wrote down.
Did I write that?
I think you're right.
Right.
And it just has like the 5 things. Like, you can fill out as much information as you need, but here are like the 5 most important things. And I know what they are. I've read it several times, but reading it back when I'm like trying to do a million things, there's a million things going on in my head, and I'm thinking about the next thing I got to do, is like, oh, okay, yeah, just have to do that. And that reminded me of like why writing things down is so important. And I do the same for my own Notion, like give myself a guide, like write down the order of things that I need to write. If it's something that I might need to remember, I write it down. If it's something I need to get off my brain, write it down.
Yeah.
It
works.
It
works, people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I get it. You'll hear it all the time. You think, whatever, that doesn't work. Because I remember hearing that over and over again at the age of like 20. Like, write down your goals, write it down. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, oh, no, it's helpful.
Yeah. It if that resonated with you, check out the full episode. The link will be in the description. There's a great chat with Jasmine, so check that out. And you can also check out our other Studio 77 shows, podcasts and live streams as well, where we talk to a range of creative professionals about their journey and the work they do. If you're a creative professional and would like to share your story, then definitely get in touch with us. We'd love to hear it and put it on the podcast or live stream. So you can email us studio77@mayamada.com.
And whether you are into comics, video games, or creative professional development, here's what you have to look forward to from the mayamada universe. Nigel, do you want to let us know what's going on in the manga universe?
Yeah, so people watching this may, or you may not know, but if you don't, we did a Kickstarter. We've got a new comic in the works. We have actually just finished, I say we, Penali did the work. I actually did very little work on the cover, but the collector's edition cover, which will be going, well, by the time you watch this, will be going out to the Kickstarter backers and some of the Discord members as well. If you are watching this, you'll see the sketch, but the full finished version will go out to people as well. So yeah, really impressed with where that's at. And then both editions are available for pre-order as well, mayamada.com/manga. And yeah, it's just the writing now. I say just the writing, there's there's a lot to it, but putting together the story, that's a process that is, yeah, it's a challenging process, but we'll be looking to give more updates with our Kickstarter backers over May and June. We've been a bit quiet in that sense as we've worked on the Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign, but we're doing a juggling thing, so that is making progress. So yeah, looking forward to putting that, speaking of writing things down, putting that down and getting that story together.
Studio77 is our digital platform where we host different shows with creative professionals and play games for your amusement. And we have a couple of things coming up. We have our casual conversations with comic creators. Each month, Nigel talks with a comic creator about the craft of making comics. We're discovering the human behind the art, and you can catch the VOD of May's conversation and catch up with the next episode live in June with Christian Kunish on June the 4th from 7:30 p.m. on VOD for 14 days after that. We also have our monthly games night coming up for June. We still haven't landed on the exact date, but it'll be around the end of the month, where we play games for your amusement each month, and we'll be playing multiverses. It'll be around, on whichever day it is, around 7 p.m. UK time, and we'll be playing with our Studio 77 members live on Twitch. And you can check out some of the past games night highlights over on the YouTube channel. The Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign works to promote diversity and inclusion in the video games industry, as well as showcase pathways into games for young people and aspiring talent. It is now a yearly initiative, which means a new snapshot of 40 players and makers each year, showcasing the representation that exists today, as well as to inspire the future generations of diverse talent. It also means a new schedule of events and activities. So we're at King's headquarters to talk about changing the landscape of video games industry and explore skills, talents, and qualities aspiring professionals will need to navigate a successful career with our games industry explained. The live stream will be available until the end of May and on the mayamada YouTube in summer. We're also returning to the UK's biggest pop culture convention to showcase this year's campaign. You can visit the mayamada booth to see this year's 40 and get involved with the various activities we are running over the weekend at London Comic Con, the 24th to the 26th of May.
And we got a panel.
We have a panel.
Yeah. It's breaking news, that is.
That is, yeah, the latest. We have a panel. We're going to be talking about live action anime adaptations, yes. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm currently binge watching a lot of adaptations to have a good overall view of them. So that includes some of the bad ones. Which will be great fun. I'm glad that we're on a panel as well. And we'll also be back with the sweetest games networking around. So you'll be able to join us for our Cupcake and Gamepad Social. It's an all ages networking event bringing together gaming enthusiasts, and industry professionals for an unforgettable cake-fueled experience, and that will be on Saturday, the 6th of July. We do have more event announcements to come, so stay tuned for news on the campaign events over the rest of the year. And if you are a young aspiring creative professional, or you know one, then you can check out our Showrunners Experience program. We're making opportunities for young people aged 16 and plus to work with the mayamada team across comic, video games, and content creation. So we are recruiting for our summer cohort, which starts in July. If you'd like to know more, then head over to mayamada.com/showrunners or email us at showrunners@mayamada.com to find out more details.
And you can become a Studio77 member today to support the work that we do here at mayamada and get involved with basically everything we just described above. So definitely check that out. We've got a bunch of things happening all year round in the mayamada universe.
And each month, we like to get your thoughts on the games industry and wider culture. We've got results from last month's poll where we asked you, are you excited about a mid-generation console refresh? And at joint last place, we had, I'm unsure, it would depend on the specific upgrades. And no, the current PlayStation 5 meets my needs. And with 20% of the votes, we have yes, it's necessary for technical advancements and better games. And 80% say I still haven't gotten a PS5 yet. And I would like to ask, is that because of the sheer size of it?
It's a choice. I see it, I just don't want it.
But it will be interesting to see what comes out from PlayStation. And we are going to continue the trend by asking you, what Nintendo Switch 2 features are you most excited about? So with rumors continuing to circulate about features of the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 console, even though Nintendo hasn't officially confirmed the existence of their new console, it hasn't stopped us from speculating. So we want to know which features talked about so far have you most excited. Your options are larger screen and more powerful hardware, new controllers that attach magnetically, backwards compatibility with existing Switch games, or a feature that we haven't mentioned. Voting is live now, and we will announce the result in the June Studio77 report. Nigel, what are you most excited about? What are you going to be voting for?
I think the one that interests me. So I'm interested and intrigued. The one that interests me, self-interest, is the more powerful hardware. As like cliche and boring of an answer as that is, just something to extend the performance of the console. I mean, yes, the original Switch is like 7 years old, but you can see it kind of straining now. So something to give that a kick. Intriguing is the magnets. Magnets are always intriguing ever since early school days. Always been intrigued by magnets. So yeah, I want to see how that works with the Joy-Cons. Those would be the two that I'm most interested and intrigued to see.
I'm definitely very intrigued about the magnets as well. I'm up there with the excitement on that one. The larger screen and more powerful hardware is less excited. I just expect it.
Yeah, maybe that's the word. Yeah.
You
better do it, Nintendo.
But a feature that I would be excited for, but hasn't actually been discussed, is being able to power it off. I might just at Nintendo.
Yeah. just to mention, so you don't forget.
I know that you're not actually making a Switch 2 because you haven't officially announced it, so that's just like, it's not official. But if you did, hypothetically, if you hypothetically were to make a next Switch, please let me be able to switch it off docked. Like fully switch it off. We have power issues at the moment. Come on, we have energy issues. Basic features.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, I am very, very intrigued about the magnetically attached controllers, and I'm very excited that we have full backwards compatibility with it. Not full backwards compatibility technically, because you can't attach them. But I'm excited to be able to use everything you could with the original Switch.
Sounds good. Those are our demands, so I think that's a good place to end for this month. You got to move, Nintendo. And that about does it for this month's Studio77 report. Don't forget, you can join our Discord and also follow us on Twitch to be part of the growing mayamada community. You can also subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss another Studio77 report video. But you have the option Twitch live plus blue super YouTube edited and smooth and shiny. So yeah, follow us on both places. You can also become a Studio77 member to support the work that we do at mayamada. And lastly, check out the Story X Story podcast, where Tazziii and I have creator interviews, video game discussions, and deep dives into stories across pop culture. It's also where we get a lot of our advice from. So that's all from us. We will see you again next month. Hi there, I'm Nigel from mayamada. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other great videos we have on the channel. You can also check out our universe of manga and characters at mayamada.com. We'll see you soon.